Hi, this is Andy with Condi Technical Support, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your GX7000 as a shared printer on your network. This is quite useful if you want to be able to print to your printer from several computers on your network. The first thing we need to do is install the printer on what we're going to call our host computer. Now this is going to be the computer that the printer is directly connected to. We need to go to condi.com. From here we're going to go to the support page, and then we're going to log into PartnerNet. You'll find the PartnerNet login right in the center. Go ahead and log into PartnerNet, and then click on the link that says click here to continue to the support members area. From here we're going to go to Ricoh support, and we're going to locate the proper driver. Now we're looking for the GX7000 driver. You'll notice there are two. If you have a 64-bit operating system, you have to download the 64-bit driver. Since we're using Windows XP, which is the 32-bit operating system, we're going to download the 32-bit driver. Once we click on the download link, it's going to ask us where we want to save the file to. Now I'm going to save it to my desktop, which I recommend. It really doesn't matter where you save it to as long as you know where the file is located. Once the file is finished downloading, we're going to close or minimize the browser, locate the file on our desktop, and run it. After the program extracts files, the first thing you'll see will be a license agreement. We'll accept the license agreement, and then we'll hit Next. The next screen is going to ask you how you're connecting your printer. We're going to be connecting via USB, but we do not want to connect the printer at this point to the computer. We're simply going to click Next. The next screen is going to tell you to turn your printer off. We do not want to turn it off at this point, however. Just simply hit Next on the screen. The program is going to copy files. And then you'll see an auto detect screen. At this point you want to connect the USB cable to your computer. Once the program has found your printer, it's going to ask you if you want to use this as your default printer. Now this is completely up to you. All this really means, if you hit yes, it's going to become the printer that comes up by default to print to. If you hit no, it just simply means you have to select it from a list to print to it. We're going to hit Next on this screen and then Finish. And that will install the printer to your computer. The next thing we need to do is install the ICC Profile. And the ICC Profile will have to be emailed to you from a member of support. To obtain this, just send an email to support@condi.com requesting the profile. Once you have this email, we'll open it and we'll download the attached file, GX7000 Dytrans High Quality. Again, we're going to save this to our desktop. But it also really doesn't matter as long as you know where the file is located. Once we have that file, we're going to right click on it and select Install Profile. Now you're not going to see it do anything. It installs it in the background. At this point we're ready to configure the properties on the printer. It's important that you configure the properties on the host computer because it's going to set the properties for every printer that prints to this computer. You will not be able to change these from client machines. So we're going to go to our printers. On Windows XP, this is printers and faxes. Windows Vista, this is simply printers, and on Windows 7, it's devices and printers. Once we're here, locate the gel spinner GX7000, right-click, and go to Properties. When this opens, we're going to come first to the Sharing tab. We're going to share the computer. Just tell it to share it and give it a name. A simple name is best. I'm going to name this GX7000. And then I'm going to move over to the Advanced tab. Select Start Printing after last page is spooled, and then move over to Color Management. We're going to set it to Manual, hit Add, and select GX7000 Dytrans High Quality from the list, and hit Add. Now on Windows Vista and Windows 7, on the Color Management tab you'll see a button that says Color Management in the upper left hand corner of the screen. To set these settings you'll have to click on that button and then select your printer from the pull down at the top of the menu and check the box that says use my settings for this device. From that point the settings are pretty much the same. We're going to hit apply and OK. and that's going to configure the properties on the host machine. Now that we're finished with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to show you how to install this on the client machine. The client and the host, if you're going to be printing from the host, will have to be configured in the printing preferences. We'll talk about this later in the tutorial, again, because it has to be configured in both places. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to start the Add Printer wizard from Printers and Faxes. We're going to add a printer, hit Next. We're going to be adding a network printer, hit Next. From here, you can either browse for the printer, or if you know the name of the computer that it's connected to, you can simply type in the path. 2 backslashes, name of the computer, another backslash, and the name of the printer. Hit Next. Again, on this machine, it's going to ask if you want to make it your default printer. Select Appropriate and hit Next, and then Finish. At this point, we'll notice that the printer has showed up. It's going to be named as the shared name followed by the computer name at which the printer is connected. From this point, we're going to right click and go to Printing Preferences. And again, these settings will have to be set up on both the host and the client computer, or any computer that's going to be printing to this printer. First thing we're going to do is go to Printer Configuration. We're going to uncheck Auto Reduce, and if this is a 32-bit operating system, you'll notice the spool format pull down. We're going to set that to RAW. On 64-bit operating system, you will not see this, so just completely move past it. Next, we're going to go to the Setup tab. We're going to change a paper type to inkjet plain paper. We're going to select User Settings and hit the Change key. We're going to check Use Air Diffusion and set Color Profile to Off. Select the Miscellaneous tab and check Print as Bitmap. Click OK, and then click the Save button located just below Custom Settings. We're going to type in Condi ICC and hit OK. You'll notice the Custom Settings now says Condi ICC. This will set all the settings accordingly. If these settings get off, just simply select Condi ICC from the list. Hit Apply and OK. And you're done. Check out our other great videos here at conditv.com. Or if you have any problems or questions, you can give us a call at 1-800-826-6332. Simply choose 2 for tech support, or send us an email to support@condi.com.